Alright, we're going to be watching Sceivious, who's been playing Sigma and Roadhog and a little bit of Orisa on Blizzard World. This is Silver 2. I don't know if this is PC or console. I didn't play the game between Seasons 2 and 9, and returned about a month ago. I played a couple weeks quick play to get custom new heroes before getting back into comp. I placed in gold, but quickly fell into silver, which is probably where I belong for now. I flex Q, and naturally means a lot of tank games. I don't mind, used to main tank in Overwatch 1, etc, etc. Currently, I feel quite confident playing Sigma into Orisa or Sigma Diva into Maga. It's weird that you only pick two enemy heroes there. My struggle since the last patch has been countering Doom/Hog. If I play either of those two characters, I feel like 4 out of 5 of the opposition switch to counter immediately. As in, if you try to mirror, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say here. If the other team is playing them, then my team will stay on the same exploitable heroes all game. I think you should probably focus less on what your teammates are doing. In the replay, I have shared I felt my team held very far forward in Blizzard World, and after a few warnings got rolled. I perhaps should have played the whole way up with them so we were at least pulling in the same direction. I tend to lean incredibly cautious, and I feel this stops me making big plays and ranking up. I feel the pressure as a tank to stay alive and often prioritize that over all else. Perhaps I switched off Sigma too quick, but I find him incredibly frustrating to Doom. He has 3 core abilities that disrupt me in one way or the other, and I just have 1 rock every 9 seconds to counter him. I switched Hog when perhaps I should have gone Orisa. I'm straight up garbage on Hog, as you will see, but Doom was going deep and I wanted to cancel his block and mess him up. Unfortunately, they also had a Sombra and a Bastion who would farm me while I focused on Doom. I probably tunneled a lot. What didn't help matters is our team staggered every fight, and I felt like we were hardly ever in a 5v5. On attack, I knew they would play Doom again, so I went Hog. Now they had an Ana alongside everything else to counter me, so I went to Orisa. All the rest of the game felt like bumper cars. I nearly got motion sickness from being thrown around the map nonstop. Some nice combos on me of Sleep, Nade, Hack, Punch. I did interrupt Doom's block a number of times, but we never seemed to focus him, and he escaped every time. On reflection, I should just use Fortify off cooldown, given the amount of CC, and I held onto it too long. I just feel that in the time it takes me to wait for Fortify, Doom gets punched 3 times, so I wasn't using it with enough immediacy. Additionally, it seemed the supports which were dictating the game for them came under no pressure all around. I don't know what to do in these situations, and I've come undone because of it in recent matches. I want to put pressure on the backline, but if I go Winston/Diva, then I'm going to get interrupted by the Doom non-stop, let alone the Bastion and Sombra. It just feels like until the Doom is taken care of, I can't walk forwards, but putting all my focus into him means the other members of his team can coast. Please help me be more effective in these games. Okay, so that was a lot. First of all, picking heroes that you don't play, right? You should decide pretty much right now. I mean, like, obviously you can change the decision later on, but you should decide, is Roadhog going to be part of your rotation of heroes or not? If he's not, if you're like, look, I don't enjoy playing Roadhog, I feel like I'm bad at Roadhog, just don't play Roadhog. No one's making you play Roadhog. This is really common that I see players when they're like struggling on one of their main heroes, and they decide to swap to a hero that they have very little experience or competency with, and then they lose as well, and they're like, oh, but what could I have done differently? I'm like, well, definitely not switch to something that you don't know, right? Like, imagine that I'm fighting, a mixed martial arts competition against somebody else, and my primary fighting style is, let's say, Muay Thai, okay? And I'm trying my Muay Thai, and I'm like, Muay Thai isn't working, and I decide, let me try, let's say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I've taken, like, 1 class of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I try to grapple, and I get completely wrecked. And, you might ask afterwards, or I might say afterwards, like, oh, what could I have done differently? I tried my best, right? The style that I'm most comfortable with. I didn't get anywhere. And so I tried this other random style, hoping it would work. If I was coaching that person, I would say, why did you switch to a style that you don't know and you aren't comfortable with and you don't necessarily want to learn? Obviously, you did MMA, you actually would want to learn it. But, like, why would you switch to a style that you're not comfortable with when you're trying to win? If your goal is to win, you should play what are your best heroes, okay? Even if it doesn't feel like it's working, trying your best on the heroes you want to play will make you better at them. Versus, if you see playing heroes in Overwatch as like an RPG mechanic where you level up, right? If I have 100 hours in Sigma, I get my Sigma to quote-unquote level 100, okay? But if I have 5 hours on Roadhog, then my Roadhog is level 5. Why would I spend time, right, hours leveling up Roadhog if I don't want to play Roadhog? Because the general vibe here is you don't feel comfortable playing Roadhog. You may not feel comfortable playing Orisa either. If you don't want to play those heroes, just don't play them. And I know that seems ridiculous because you're like, oh, I feel like I'm being hard countered to Sigma. A, I don't think that's actually true. But B is, even if you're being countered, if you don't want to play the heroes, then don't waste time getting better at them. Just focus on making your Sigma as good as it can be. Because clearly, Sigma is your comfort pick, so just stay on Sigma, right? That's like kind of my overarching advice here in terms of like hero countering. This applies to all heroes, not just tank, right? It applies to support, applies to DPS. Don't swap to heroes that you don't want to be playing long term if your goal is to win games. Like, if you just want to screw around, fine, do whatever you want, right? But, like, then don't come complain and be like, well, like, I played Sigma that I'm good at, and that wasn't good enough. Then I swapped to this hero I'm really bad at, and things got even worse. Well, yeah, what did you expect was going to happen? Like, the hero kits themselves are not so valuable compared to the skill at being able to use them. Right? Super, super common. I see this especially at the lowest ranks, is that people will swap to heroes that they have, like, no playtime with, hoping that it will change the outcome of the fight. Like, for example, they'll swap to Sombra, or they'll swap to Bastion, right? Or, you know, they'll swap to Zenyatta when they're like, oh, my teammate's not getting kills, like, I'm just gonna go Zenyatta here. And they have no experience in Zenyatta, and I do a review, I'm like, you can't hit a thing. They're like, well, we were losing anyway. I'm like, well, not necessarily, you could have turned it around, but going to Zenyatta when you have no hours in Zenyatta was 100% a throw, because now you have no value impact whatsoever. Anyway, that's overarching advice around hero picks. Number 2 is, I think that you should play in a way that maximizes your value to your team, right? There is a tone here of, I'm going to prioritize my survival. If my team dies, so be it. That's their mistake. The reality is, the team you got when you start the game is the team you're going to have at the end of the game. You can't swap out for another team. So your goal, especially if you want to win and climb, is to win with the team you have, not the team that you wish you had. And that probably seems obvious, and yet, for many players, they still struggle with this. They wish for teammates they didn't have. So if my team is making a mistake, and I can't get them to stop making that mistake, my playstyle is, how do I help them, even if it means playing someplace I'm uncomfortable with, how do I prevent them from making that mistake? So if your teammates are too far forward in your eyes, then, and you can't get them back up, I'd rather play up with them and give them a chance at fighting and winning than play back, let them die, and then I have no chance of winning, right? If I stay alive and my whole team is dead, I'm not going to win anyway, right? As soon as I lose one teammate, the odds of me winning goes from 50-50 to like 25%. As soon as you lose 2 teammates, I effectively lost the fight. Winning a 3v5 is like 5% chance or less. There's no point, usually, in fighting a 3v5. So if you let your teammates die, and you're not doing anything, yeah, you're probably going to lose. And there's a strong vibe of that on your Sigma play where I can see, like, visually what's playing out, and I'm like, you should really step forward here, and you don't. So, yeah, I think that's really important to know. Third thing here, playing Sigma versus Doom. I think Doom is pretty good against Sigma, generally speaking. I don't think it's unplayable by any means, but I'd say Doom certainly has an advantage against Sigma. The key thing with Doom is just ignore him, right? That's pretty much the case for most tanks, is if you can ignore their enemy tank, unless you can personally blow them up, like, you know, D.Va versus Winston, for example, just ignore the tank and just shoot the rest of the team. When they're brawl tanks, you can't ignore them because they're in your face. But for the dive tanks, what are you really going to do about, like, a Winston or Doomfist as Sigma when they dive your team? Nothing. You do very little damage, right? You're the lowest damage tank in the game by a pretty significant margin. Well, Winston is, but he cleaves multiple targets. But, like, you can't do a lot to the Doom. Like, if he makes a mistake, you can kill him, right, with Rock, right? Kill him out of block or whatever. But generally speaking, there's not a lot you can do. The good news is, you can do a lot to his team, right? You can zone and kill his entire team. So that's what you need to be spending your time doing, and focus the Doomfist less. And that is going to be another overarching piece of advice we're going to see here. Okay, so let's watch the gameplay. So we play up here, right? You see the Sombra, great, good catching her, right? You see translocates. So you throw a shield there. I don't know that you need to throw a shield, but I release it right now. When the shield's not doing anything, don't bother. So what do we see right now? We see, hey, look, some of the team is retreating, but the Mei is still playing up. If the Mei plays up, I play up. This goes back to, what is the point? Like, if I leave my Mei to die here and she gets isolated and died, you should not sit there with a sense of superiority. You're like, oh, my Mei's out of position. Ha ha ha. Just play up with your Mei. If she's not retreating, just play up with her. Because if the Mei dies, I'm not going to win this fight anyway, so I might as well play up. Now, because this is high silver, what I bet the Mei is thinking is the Mei is probably thinking to wall off here. And because this is only high silver, there's a good chance that this is going to work. So you might as well play up and try to play off the wall versus doing your own thing, playing really far back. Like, I see this. Mei gets punched. What's my reaction? I walk forwards right now, trying to help out, get kills, whatever it ends up being. Left side, right side, whatever you're going to do. Left side's a little more cautious, but it gives you a higher chance of saving your Mei. Right side gives you more of a chance of getting a kill. Whichever side you feel more comfortable with, but you should be pushing forward right now really aggressively. Like, I do not stop pushing right now. I just go all in, because you see how your whole team has walked forward? As a tank, as a general rule, if you can see your team in front of you, you are probably making a mistake. Unless you're resetting to get health, you are probably making a mistake if you are full health and your team is in front of you. You should be up here or up here, not all the way back here. And I hope you can see by us pausing and zooming in, if you're up here, you have no chance of dying right now, right? The Doomfist is discorded and low. I don't even know if he has block right now. Yeah, he has no block, right? Only slam. So he's already nearly dead. The Moira is nearly dead, and Bastions is committed to Assault Form. You can literally just watch, like, kill the Doom, kill the Moira, walk up, grasp the Bastion, kill the Bastion. That's what I would do in this situation, you know? If you're like, hey, look, how do I win these games? What can I do differently? Literally just walk forwards right now. Like, the opposing team is incredibly low. It's not like your team's not doing anything, right? I can understand if all 5 of them were full health and your team was critical. Maybe you play differently. I still wouldn't, but, like, maybe it's different. But right now, everyone is crazy low right now. Right? All right, so good kill on the Moira. You lost your Zen, but again, picks happen, right? The longer the fight goes, someone is going to die sooner or later, right? The goal is to be the team that gets kills first. So Doomfist punches in, fine. Right now, what do? I walk forwards. Why do I walk forwards? A, my Mei is still up there. B, we control high ground. C, I'm still perfectly healthy. I'm only missing 100 health. The Doom is already low. I saw him use punch. So he slams here, he dies. Right? Remember, Doom has a mobility skill. Hello? Hello? Alright, well apparently this is not going to work. But fine. 1 second. Alright, part 2. Epic Pen's working now. So, reminder for Doomfist, right? Doomfist has a mobility cooldown, right? A mobility cooldown, and he has block, right? So mobility, block. So this is punch, this is slam, this is block. So he has to use 1 to go in, 1 to go out. Or 1 to go in, then block, 1 to go out. Okay? The key thing is understanding what is the current status of his mobility cooldowns and how he uses them. If the Doomfist thinks he can win the fight, he's going to use both mobility cooldowns, right? For example, he might slam in and then punch somebody, or punch somebody and then slam and then still in to stay in and then pop block. Now the question here is he relying on that block to keep himself alive or not? And if he's relying on the block to keep himself alive, and then you cancel it with rock, then you just gotta pick and you win the fight. Okay? But if he slams back out and blocks, no problem. I didn't even need to use rock then. I just walk forwards and kill the rest of his team. That's a huge part about playing against Doomfist is tracking. What did he do? Right? Always be tracking. What did he do? So for example, right here, right? He punches in. So I would assume that he has slam here, but because we haven't been watching the whole time, but I would assume, look, he's either got slam here or he's got block or both. Right? So the thing is, I'm not worried right now because he's half health. I just walk forwards. I already know that we killed the Moira. I killed the Moira, so there's only Baptiste left for killing. I just walk forwards right now, and I attack the back line, and I go here, and I attack the Doom. And what's he going to do? Pop block? Great. Now I rock, and then I kill him. Right? Otherwise, if he slams away, great. I keep applying pressure. You're not applying any pressure right now. You see how your whole team's forwards? Your team is not, in fact, too far forwards. You are too far backwards. If you were standing right here, you rock, this Doom instantly dies. Right? Again, you're playing really far back. But reminder here, going back to when the Doom punched you. Right? So Moira's dead, right? We traded Moira for Zen. So punch has gone off here. So number 1, Doomfist is here. He's low, and he's missing 1 of his mobility cooldowns. Okay? Number 2 is the Bastion Assault Form was used very recently. So he's got a good chunk of time until the Assault Forms just happened, right? You got 12 full seconds. When Bastion has Assault Form, doesn't have Assault Form. He's effectively not even a hero. So your team is in basically a 4-on-3 situation. Your goal right now is to push and wipe the opposing team before they can get Assault Form back or get healed up. That's your job as a tank. If you don't watch the rest of this video, the one piece of information I want you to take away from this is right now, their team is unbelievably vulnerable. If you walk forwards, you can kill everyone. Right? If I took over your controls right now, I would literally just walk forward and kill at least 2 of the opposing team and force the other 2 to run back to spawn. What can they do? Like, literally, they can't do anything to me right now. If you replaced every single member of the opposing team with GM players, they still can't do anything to me. They're too low, and they have no cooldowns. Like, the Doomfist isn't going to do anything to me, right? The Bastion's not going to do anything to me because he's not in Assault Form, right? The Baptiste isn't going to do anything to me, and the Sombra's not going to do anything to me. As Sigma, you are, like, extremely tanky, so you can just walk forward and you can kill everyone or force them all to retreat. It is very easy at this point in time, but you don't have that read, right? You don't have that game sense. You're probably thinking, oh, we should back up. I think go forwards. Kill the Doom, right? Just kill Doom. But now you're out of position, right? So you're able to walk forwards. Unfortunately, right, you see you're still not really doing anything. May block is forced here. So now we're in a little bit of trouble. Doom goes in, you go for the rock. So I think rock is good, right? Try to get the kill here. Yep, good. But you notice you're going backwards, right? Even though wall went up and the Doom pop block and it looked like you're gonna hit the rock, you're walking backwards instead of forwards. Now, I think part of the problem here is that you flex Q, right? So one game, probably most games you're playing tank, right? Because it's the least populated Q. But some games you're playing support, some games you're playing DPS. And I'm willing to bet that when you play on other heroes, you're used to playing much further back than you would as a tank. As a tank, you generally should not see teammates in front of you, right? If you can see teammates in front of you, you are probably doing it wrong. You don't want to be here, you want to be here. Especially right now with the Doom about to die. I already saw that read right here. When he punches in, he's dead, right? Because I just saw him use slam recently, so he has no slam. Now he uses punch. The only thing he can do right now is pop block. I have rock, which means I walk forwards right now while popping rock, and he dies. He can't dodge it because he has no mobility cooldowns. Like, he has to die right now. He could be literally the #1 Doomfist in the world, and it's impossible for him to live right now because he's already made mistakes. He has no cards up his sleeve at this point in time to stop the rock. And rock is nearly impossible to dodge because it's massive. So I just walk forwards and I hit him with the rock and he dies. And then the fight is won. It's that easy, right? It truly is that easy understanding. Like, this is the moment in time where I need to be walking forwards. I kill the Doom, right? Now I walk forwards and I kill the rest, right? I just walk over here and I chase them all down. Even bashing assault form here is not a problem because I still have grasp. I can literally walk over here. If the Bastion assault forms me and just shoots at me, I can just pop grasp and walk with them. He will die here because assault form's about to end. See, assault form's ending right now. If you were right here, the Bastion dies. Even with double support pockets, the rest of your team will jump in and the Bastion will be dead. But you're not in front, so you're not taking advantage of these angles. I like to point out the opposing team doesn't even have a tank right now, and they're still forcing your team back because you're creating zero space at this moment in time. Right? Like, you're afraid of 4 squishy heroes. What are you running away from for? Again, I think a big part of this is just like you're not, I mean, you said you played main tank, right? But like Overwatch 1 was a long time ago and kind of a different space and time, but you need to be taking way more space right now. I'm pushing up all the way so my team can walk forwards and get all the kills here. See? Like, you see you're still playing really passively, but I know the Doomfist just died, right? He's going to be respawning. He's coming back right now. I can try to get a kill on the Bastion before the Doomfist comes back, but now you're way too late. Doom's going to be here in a second, right? And now, instead of having an advantage, we have no advantage. And the longer you wait, the longer other things can happen. So your jump red dies here. Could you have done anything about this? No. But you could have killed the rest of the team. If you kill the rest of the team, the fact that Sombra kills one is irrelevant. Right? Your job is to take advantage of all the opportunities that you get. And you are not seeing opportunities. Your goal as Sigma, your personal goal, not the right move, but your personal goal is like, I'm going to sit really far back and just kind of spam them. And hopefully that's enough for something to happen. My goal as Sigma is I want to hold space, force them to use cooldowns, abilities, time to displace me. When they displace me, I want to be survive the displacement to the next corner, and the whole time I'm looking for an opportunity where I can walk forwards and kill them. Because ultimately, most of the time, you will see an opportunity where the enemy is weak, and then you can pounce. But you don't see those at all, right? Like, to you, I feel like the whole situation looks the same. Right now's a good example, right? Assault form's already been used. Doomfist is incredibly low. You're about to hit him with the rock, right? Random lamp blocks it, but it's like super lucky. Just walk forwards and kill him. Like, you see your maze up here. Like, just walk forwards and kill them. Right? Slow to react to that. So, I mean, the Sombra is like not that big a deal, right? I think you can literally just turn, attack the Sombra, and then keep going. Weirdly enough. But with the Mei dead, now you're in trouble. Right? Doom pops block, of course. And then you just charge punch here. So, this is a good example where you should not be attacking the Doom, right? If you get opportunities as Sigma to shoot anyone other than the tank, shoot anybody other than the tank. So for example, look at this Bastion who's right in front of you at 173 health, right? Attack here does 110 damage to the Bastion, and he dies in one more attack, right? Or any damage from the rest of your team. You don't want to be attacking the Doom here. I know the Doom's easy because he's trapped right now, but who cares? The Doom's not going to die, right? Doom block is 80% damage reduction, which means that when he's blocking, that effectively quintuples his health. So the second he goes into this, right, he pops block right now. This Doom does not have 350 health. This Doom has 1,750 health right now. There's no way you're going to kill him. If you were Bastion doing 360 damage a second with perfect accuracy, you're still not going to kill him in time. That's how that's the perspective. And Sigma only does like 74 damage a second. Like, it's like you need to know that you're not going to kill the Doom here. Okay? That's the read, is this Doom does not die. Kill anybody else on the team. Obviously, you don't know where the Somber is, but hit the Bastion. Bastion's a huge target, really easy to hit. No one's looking at him except for the Baptiste. Try to force cooldowns or something. Right? Attacking the Doom here is a mistake. Right? Now Brig gets hacked, and now, like, how can you win? Right? Now it's a 3-on-5 situation. You're going to lose here no matter what. So, thankfully, the opposing team let you escape, which they really shouldn't have, but, you know, this is high silver for a reason. But you get punched out, and then you eventually lose, right? Which is unfortunate because you took a really long time to die, right? So now you're staggered and disconnected from your team. So this goes back to, one thing you mentioned is like, oh, like we never get a 5v5. You know, I feel like, you know, we're just not getting together and fighting a full team fight. But you're part of the problem. Every single time I watch a review where somebody complains about their team staggering, they themselves are part of the problem. I've done almost 600 reviews now. I think this is like number 598. I've literally never seen a review or a replay where somebody complained about their team staggering where they were not also staggering themselves. This is a really good example. I'm missing 3 teammates right now. Actually, I think 4, because your Junkrat just respawned, right? You're missing 4 teammates right now. There's no win condition here. You also can't escape because the Doomfist is faster than you. He's going to chase you down and get the kill here no matter what. So your goal here is die on point. So you can stall as long as you want, as long as you die on the point. Because then you'll get fast spawn after you die, because when the point is capped, it accelerates your respawn time. So if I were you, I would try to play generally towards the back side of the point, right? Use a combination of shield and grasp, and there's like some complexity there, but like you're at high silver, it's not worth me going over like the mechanics of how to stall as long as possible. But you want to stay in the back side of the point, right? If he tries to punch you off, walk into the wall, so you take the bonus damage, but you don't go off the point. That's really important, is that you really do not want to die off the point, right? Stay on the point as long as you can. Junkrat comes over, you'll probably be critically wounded. Junkrat's going to fire a little bit, you'll die, Junkrat walks on, Junkrat dies, and they cap. That's fine. That happens. It happens all the time. Most important thing here is do not stagger yourself like out of the team. Just die, right? Just die on the point. It's okay. It's okay to just die on the point. It's totally fine. Your life means nothing when the fight is already over. People always say, oh, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. It doesn't matter to stay alive if the fight's over, right? You're just making things worse by trying to stay alive right now. You don't actually have the ability to survive here, right? But that's something that I think you missed that read, and I had that read where I'm like, look, the Doomfist, anytime he wants, is going to kill me. Because how can I stop him? He's so much faster than me. He has 2 mobility cooldowns, and I have no supports anywhere close because I just saw them die in front of me, right? Like, maybe if you booked it all the way back here, Brig could have, like, triple packed you, and eventually you would have, like, stabilized, but who cares? It's okay. Just die on the point, right? Get time out of the clock, and just come back. Now, because you've staggered yourself, notice that your Brig, who's coming over here to try to save you, right? That's what the Brig is trying to do right now. Brig is like, oh shoot, my Sigma's in trouble. You see she uses bash forwards, which makes her vulnerable. Now you're in trouble, right? And she walks forward because she sees, oh look, May's out here. And she's like, okay. She shouldn't be walking forwards right now. But she's like trying to hold the choke, but she's like, oh shoot. And then she's going to get chased down and she gets killed. But if you've been dead already and nobody was up here, maybe the Brig doesn't come forwards. Now, she's also making a mistake, but we want to make reads as easy as possible for our team. Good thing about the new mic is it is easier to mute, so when I need to sneeze and stuff, I can actually mute it in time. Anyway, so we walk forwards. Default rule for playing Blizzard World. If you have never seen a guide for Blizzard World, I recommend you watch my Blizzard World map guide to understand how to play it as a tank. The key part for Blizzard World second is the high ground. You can let them push up all you want as long as you control the high ground. If they don't get you up high ground, they will never cap this point. It's literally impossible, and there's examples of even pro level play where like they completely flub this when they have like 4.5+ minutes and they cannot cap second because they refuse to clear high ground. To be fair, the enemy team is also preventing them from taking it, but they like try to push underneath and see if they can sneak it in. Doesn't work. Does not work. Just go high ground. Take the right stair, go high ground right now, because you can always drop low if you need to. Reminder that the shield does nothing to punch. So you're playing low ground now, which is unfortunate, because if they take high ground from you, you're screwed. But the good news is they're not taking high ground from you. So, yeah, I mean, I would just keep attacking the back line. They pop Coalescence, so I back up right now. Like, there's no reason to fight. Like, no one's going to die right now. Coalescence heals, like, 140 health a second and deals 70. Like, you're not in danger to this, but, like, also, you can't do a whole lot of damage. So I just want to play slow here. So I think this is an understandable rock. I think you should try to center it on the landing spot a little more, but I think this is okay. But I would, after you window, I immediately turn, and then I either shield or pop grass, depending on the angle, to stay alive. Right? But I don't need to do anything else here. I don't need to actually force them off because of the angle. So what I want to do is I want to tuck into the right and attack this spot over here, because this is the only spot that they can use to shoot my team. But even with double damage at this range, Baptiste's fall-off damage, so he's not super dangerous at this moment in time. So I can play close to the right and just keep spamming out the Baptiste. I would not stand in front of it like this because of this. So you notice the difference between you and me is I instinctively play near cover, right? I didn't know this was going to happen, but I instinctively play near cover to give myself chances. So if I play over here and Doomfist punches me, I go forwards to here, great. I tuck into the right, and I still have options. But now that you use both shield and grasp, now you're in big trouble, and then you die. So I think this is just making sure to play closer to cover, right? And number one is I would not have opened with shield, I would have opened with grasp. But first I would have forced him to shoot me, I would take at least a couple hundred damage, then pop grasp. But I think popping shield early, shield breaks way too fast in this situation. Right? But shield right now would give you another second. You can pop shield, even flux them, and then fly up to prevent yourself from dying. You have a lot of options there to stay alive. Okay. You're going to go Roadhog right now. The Roadhog play is not going to go well. The biggest thing is you're, as you say, tunnel visioning on the Sigma, or not Sigma, the Doomfist, and you think, hey, if I just keep hooking the Doomfist, that will be enough to win. First of all, you don't even hook the Doomfist consistently. Second, that's not enough to win, because if the opposing tank is exclusively focused on trying to kill our tank and can't even successfully do so, their tank is generating more value than you are. Right? Because all you're doing is attacking the opposing tank, who's getting support resources poured into them, and then their tank stays alive and damages your team and creates space and focuses fire on him. They're going to win. So I'm not going to review too much of the Roadhog gameplay because, again, I don't think you actually want to play Roadhog, so like, what's the point of me spending my time doing this? But this is the easiest hook in the world. The Baptiste is on the right side of this room. He literally has nowhere to go, and he fills up like 60% of the space. Just walk to the left here, then throw the hook straight down the middle. He can't go anywhere. Even if he dodges to the left, right, he's still going to get hit by the hook. There's literally no space for him to dodge here in this situation. You cannot miss this hook. Now, granted, it doesn't matter anyway because he dies, but I'm just noting that when I see that, I'm like, oh, I don't think your hook mechanics are good. You cannot play Roadhog if your hook mechanics are not good, right? He's like the Widowmaker of tanks. If you're not hitting hooks, you are throwing. Every second that Roadhog exists where he is not hitting hooks, you are throwing. It really is that simple. If you're not hitting hooks, you just don't have nearly enough value compared to other tanks, which is going to mean that you're constantly on the back foot, which means you're going to lose. All right, so Doom's here. Great. So what do I do here? I don't try to walk out the doorway, right? I got some time here until the cart's here. So, right, you should pull in. Yep, pull in, shot, right? EMP goes off. I walk to the right while holding heal. But unfortunately, you get EMP'd here, right? You don't have time, you die. I think this is okay. Not a lot you could have done differently, but, kind of is what it is. I do think that you're pushing this really hard for being at 400 health, because half health is usually around the one-shot territory for tanks. So I think that this is overly ambitious. I think if you're playing a little closer to the wall here, like if you're playing here instead of here, you probably live, because it buys you the extra second to get hack to expire, and then you can start healing yourself. And then your mortar comes in right now at the end, and I think you could have actually stayed alive for quite a while here. I think if you just literally played slightly closer to the right, you could have survived here. Alright, so they cap. We'll do one more life on Doom, or Roadhog. So Roadhog goes. That's fine. I think it's good that you're saving a hook, right? The problem is, even if I hook the Doomfist right now, I'm not going to get anything out of this. So you notice that Doomfist used double cooldowns, right? As we mentioned, Doomfist has 2 mobility cooldowns, punch and slam. If he uses both of those to go in, that means he has no way to get out, so he's reliant on block to stay alive. So normally, if Coalescence was not applicable, this is actually a good kill opportunity. Shoot, hook, pull, shoot, right? And then hopefully your team does enough damage to kill him. Now, with Coalescence, there's no way to actually kill him here, but, it kind of is what it is, right? Try to stay alive here. Silence on you. So, tough situation. I think you don't even have a chance to get a reload off. Yeah, I think this is just a really tough spot, but I think this is also a good lesson on playing near cover, right? So in this situation, instead of going to the right, you could have stayed to the left. You could have gone to the right and stayed over here, in which case you'd be with your Kiriko, right? And you'd be out of range of Coalescence, and you don't have to worry about it. all in all, I think this is just kind of unlucky that they pop everything all at once. All right, is what it is. All right, we'll do one more Roadhog because that was a short one. So we're looking for the hook here. So you should never miss a hook and bastion. So I think this is long enough, right? But it's slightly off target. But I think this is actually a pretty easy one because he's just running to the left here, right? So just put the hook right there. Yeah, I think this is just poor aim. But again, if you don't want to play Roadhog, don't even worry about it. Yeah, just pop heal here. Yeah, that's no problem. All right, EMP goes off, no problem. So kill the Sombra. So you get hacked initially, okay? So shoot, then hook right now. Because you can hook before she has translocate, because you use translocate, I think, to get in. Just hook her right now, right? Just hook her and she dies. At this moment in time, not hooking here is a mistake. But I think this is a mistake born out of inexperience playing Roadhog, not looking for the hook right away. But right here, you also have the opportunity to hook the Baptiste, right? Hook, pull to the left or right, and then shoot him, and then that's a kill. But you're prioritizing survival right now. But as I mentioned, every second that goes by on Roadhog where you're not hitting a hook, you are throwing. Right? And you notice you're not hitting any hooks right now, which means every second that goes by, your team is more and more likely to lose until you land a hook. All right, finally, you hook the Roadhog, or the Doomfist, rather. The Doomfist is not going to die here, probably, but also when you hook, make sure to shoot him in the head, especially for tanks. It doubles the amount of damage. So walk forward slightly. There's like basically a 1/3 second delay before they can move. Walk forwards, then shoot into the head of the enemy target. So you see your hitbox is right here, versus you should be putting it like right there, and you'll get basically all your pellets into his head, which will double the amount of damage, which is not trivial. Right? That Doomfist could be nearly dead right now. So, Bastion's there. You try to stay alive here. Reload. Okay. So, once again, not the Doomfist that you should be killing. Doomfist is not going to die. Just kill anybody else. For example, the Bastion, right? Bastion doesn't assault form. You could do shot, pull to the right, shot, and the Bastion will be right here and he'll die. But instead, you try to go for the Doom. The Doom does, in fact, die here, which is actually kind of lucky because I'm pretty sure the opposing team could have saved here. Baptiste isn't really helping him out, but the Moira is dead, so I guess that goes in your favor. So when I see window, I do not cross. Just go back to the left, right? I just go back to the left and sit here, and I wait right here. If they try to peek me, then I hook, pull into the right, and then kill. But trying to walk to the right here across the open field against window is just insane, right? Like you just get shredded here for no reason. If you just stay to the left, they have to walk here, and then you can pull in and kill them. I think this is just super sloppy. Okay, that's Roadhog. Again, I don't think it's worth us watching more Roadhog play. It's like the same deal, right? You're just not hitting hooks. Like, a hook comes off every 6 seconds. Every 6 seconds, we're looking for a hook that changes the nature of the fight. If you're not hitting them on a regular basis, you're going to lose. I would say that you're looking for something like 80% accuracy on targets. I would say against targets that are unaware of you, you're looking for 90% plus accuracy. If they're aware of you, but otherwise have trouble dodging, like tanks, Bastion, Cassidy, like large targets, I think you're looking for 75% plus accuracy. And if you're going against squishies, like for example, Ana, etc., you're looking at 50 to 60% accuracy when they're actively dodging you. But you, A, don't hit that accuracy, but B, you're not even trying and throwing out hooks, like same thing with Widowmaker. You want to take as many shots as you can that could possibly kill somebody. Same thing for Hook, right? Every time you get an opportunity, unless you think there's another opportunity that's going to be even better in the next 6 seconds, just throw the Hook out. Like, right now is a good example, right? Right now, just hook the Reaper, right? Pull him in, shoot him, force Wraith right away. But throwing the trap here is not going to do anything, right? Good hook the Moira. All right, working it out. But regardless, this is all kind of irrelevant because we're not watching the Roadhog play anyway. Okay, skipping forwards. Okay, you come out as Orisa. So, what's our general game plan here as Orisa? Well, as usual, we're mostly going to ignore the Doomfist, and we're mostly going to ignore the Sombra, right? We're great against the Reaper, no problem against Reaper, right? We have a lot of tools to deal with Reaper. We're good against the Ana, right? And we're good against the Moira. So our job is to push in, force all of these 3 heroes back, right? Or kill them. When the Doomfist dives, we have the opportunity to try to kill him, depending on the situation. Same thing for the Sombra. So opportunistically, we may kill the Doom or we may kill the Sombra. But that's not our goal. Our goal is not shut down the Doomfist, because we can't. Like, we have no mobility, right? The Doomfist can go anywhere he wants at any time, so I wouldn't fret about it. So, let's think here. Why do I pop spin right now? What do you see here that tells you, let's pop spin? A, he's not even shooting at you, right? B, right? Your gun does way more damage than spin does, right? Your gun does about 135 damage per second. Spin does about 50 damage a second. So, like, I'm literally halving my damage, over-halving my damage by using spin, and I'm not even touching him, so it's not even damaging him at all. So just walk over here, start attacking him. When he starts shooting you, then you can spin him. But using spin right now is a mistake. But at this moment in time, hey, look, I'm in, like, but I got like some opportunities right now. I could pop Fortify and try to kill the Ana, right? Pop Fortify, Javelin the Ana, kill, right? And then walk back behind the cart and stay alive is an option that we have right here, right? You see how low the Ana got, right? Ana got all the way down to like 30 health. If you just were a little more aggressive here, right now, pop Fortify, shot, right? Like, stay out here just a little bit longer, the Ana dies. This is an easy kill right now, and you're not under any danger if you pop Fortify. Fortify basically doubles your current health, okay? So you effectively have 1,100 health. Even Reaper, who does 205 damage per second, is not going to kill you quickly. So you have the opportunity here to kill the Ana. I would also note, if the Reaper has Wraith, then you can Javelin and kill him as well, but he hasn't, so is what it is. All right, so this is now the moment that we're looking for, okay? We turn, we look, hey, here's a Doomfist. What does he have? He only has block. Now, I may not know that because I haven't been seeing, but considering the fact he's point blank and he's low, I would go for Javelin here because there's a good chance I get the kill right now. You Javelin him into the wall, it stuns him, your damage plus your team's damage, he probably dies here. So this is an easy Javelin kill. You see him right now, even right now. Javelin, and he dies. The Doomfist has 195 health, right? Javelin alone is going to do 100 damage. He dies here if you just Javelin him, right? But you're slow to react, right? Granted, you still get the kill. I think the Doomfist could have lived here. I'm pretty sure he just doesn't do it in time. Yeah, so he could just slam out instantly right now? No, you get him pretty much at the right time. Yeah, you get him at the right time. So, I will note that I'm pretty sure his teammates could have saved him here, though. I think his teammates are like crazy far away. There's no reason for him to... Oh yeah, because she's taking... the enemy Mora is attacking her own teammate instead of healing the Doom. Because there's no real reason for the Doom to die here. But, again, this is high silver, so people make like a bazillion mistakes. But Doom's dead. Okay? So what's the read right now? Junkrat's dead, but Doom is dead. So now it's a 4-4 situation. What's our goal? And Kitsune's popped. Push! Like, this is your moment. They have no tank, right? Just push. Shoot the Sombra to force her to stop shooting your teammates. Right? But why? Stop backing up. Just walk forwards. Also, don't hold down the trigger. Like, let's think for a second. What am I shooting at right now? You see how much heat that you just generated? Like, there's literally no targets that are visible right now. Right? But that should be instant Javelin. So, quick note, Reaper ulti does not do more damage based on how close you are to him. So whether or not you are at point blank or whether or not you're this far away, you take the same amount of damage, about like 100, like 30-ish, I think. Just walk up to him and make the Javelin super easy. Hitting a Javelin here, I could miss this. Hitting a Javelin here, I'm not going to miss this, right? If I'm here, you're not going to miss this Javelin. But if I'm over here, yeah, maybe I miss this Javelin. Walk straight up to him, Javelin him, and then gun him down, especially because he has no Wraith form. But, like, this is the type of game sense we're looking for when you play a hero consistently. When you have played Orisa versus Reaper, as I have, for tens of thousands of times, I've taken this fight over and over and over again, you understand intimately how to win this fight. My read here as Orisa is there is a Wraith form Reaper who comes down here, right? I also have Kitsune right now. So right now with Kitsune, I'm doing like 190 damage plus a second. This Reaper comes down with no Wraith form. A, it's an obvious ulti, but B, I have Javelin all cooldowns and I'm full health. I could solo kill this Reaper right now. Even with no help, I could just kill him by myself. Like, if you took out all the other teammates, I could just kill him easily. It wouldn't, like, he could literally be the best Reaper in the entire world, and I could kill him. No question about it. 99% chance I kill him. I can't even imagine how I could lose this fight. Right? He comes down, he pops ulti, I walk into him, I Javelin, then I shoot. If he tries to fight me, I just spin him into the wall, and the spin itself will kill him. If that doesn't kill him, then I pop Fortify and I kill him. He has no ability to live here, right? But like being able to put that chain of events together in your head is the difference between a better tank player and where you are right now. So the Reaper's still going to die here, right? Now, you might think, okay, what's the point of all this advice when it worked out the same way? Because sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes you take fights where, look, the margin is close and you make mistakes. Like I talked about that Sigma play in the beginning of the game, right? Where you're playing Sigma, I'm like, look, I'd walk forward and I'd kill them all right now, but you don't see that, which means it eventually leads to a loss. That's why we talk about patterns, good patterns and habits, rather than talking about necessarily outcomes. Because you can't always control the outcome. You can just play the best you can with the information that you had available at that moment in time. I will note again that sometimes you hit the trigger and you're literally not aiming at anybody, right? You're not shooting at anybody right now. See? Like, you're not even adjusting your aim to try to aim at anybody. It's very important to always be aiming. If you're javelining them, just commit, right? You could just walk forward. Like, who can stop you here? The Moira? Right? The Sombra who translocated away, just walk forwards. Right? Like right here, you spin forwards, I just commit, right? I spin up to here, then I pop Fortify and I kill the Ana. Right? Kill the Ana, kill the Moira, whatever, like whoever's close to me, I don't have to throw Javelin yet. I wait until they're near a wall and then I Javelin them. But like there's nothing the Ana can do if you're standing here at point blank with Fortify. The Moira can't save her from that. You do way too much damage. Right? You do about 130 damage a second. If you're hitting headshots, that can go up to 260, so average it out and say you're doing like 180 damage a second. Moira can't out-heal that. No way. Plus your team's going to be coming up with you too. Right? Your Kiriko would teleport to you, easy kill. I would note, again, you can kill all three of these heroes basically on your own. I think you dramatically underestimate how strong tanks are. And your Sojourn slides in here, which is the correct call. She is trying to follow up here and get kills, but you're the one backing up, so you leave your Sojourn out to dry here. Right? And now she's out here and she dies. And I'm sure from your perspective, you look at this and you're like, hey, my soldier made a mistake. Why was she doing that? She's actually the only one here who's doing the right thing. You were playing way too conservatively. You have to walk forwards right now to get the kills because you're not in any danger. If you're not in any danger, push up. Hack doesn't do anything against Orisa. Right? Oh, big deal. Like, oh, I'm hacked for a second and a half. I have, what? Like 800 effective health? Who cares, right? Then I have Fortify, then I have Spin, I have supports who can heal me. You are in no danger, but you leave your soldier out to dry. If you stay out here, literally everyone dies, right? The Sombra dies and your Sojourn lives. Sojourn lives, Sombra dies, Moira dies, and I probably chase down and kill the Ana too. And that's how you stagger the opposing team and you get all the way here for free. And that's what you're missing right now. Moira ends up dying. So Doom's on top of you. I don't know if you want to push super aggressively now, because A, you've lost your Sojourn, and B, you're moving really far away from the card, so I think you want to chill right now. I think shooting Doom right now is okay if you want to. Now I shoot the Ana. I see the Ana come out here, especially when she jumps. Jumping targets are easy to kill, because they cannot move anywhere other than the direction they're jumping. So she's going to land right here, right? You can just javelin her into the wall, and it's an instant kill. So, but you don't see that, right? Which also goes back to the deathmatching mechanics, okay? One of the ways to get better at tank really quickly is just play the tank in deathmatch. It sucks, though, because the health is different now, but just get used to getting kills very quickly, efficiently, and then moving on and fighting the next person, just over and over and over again. Again, shoot the Ana. So you overheat, that's fine, right? I don't need to javelin the Bastion right now, because he's not going to do anything. Javeling the Bastion does get you no value. Javeling the Ana here gets you massive value, because if you pin her against the wall, you're going to kill her. You see the Ana in here. See, the problem is, again, you just wait way too long, right? Junkrat's going to die, but he does trade out here at least. So, that's fine, right? Just pop Fortify here. Don't stop shooting the Doom. So, Doom's charging right now. I step in front. Why? I'm fortified. I'm basically invincible. I just don't want him to hit my team. I do not want him to go past me while he's nanoed. But you see that you move out of the way instead of staying in a way, right? I want to see, where is he looking? Right now, like you're already popping Fortify, I could literally just walk up to him right now and make sure he can't get past me. Because body blocking here is your best play. You see? I can see that he's looking based on his angle. He's looking to my left. So just walk in front of the punch, stop it right here, and then he doesn't get by you. Now that he gets by you, now things get more problematic, because now your team gets split and gets killed. Versus if you kept the fight in front of you, right, you could have shut down the Doom from going forwards, right? You'd be right here, you would have stopped the Doom. Then you'd be up here, Bastion pops Assault Form, great, right? I let him shoot me a little bit, then I spin him backwards with the cart, and I stay back here, and we fight it out and see what happens, right? We still have Coalescence here, so there's a good chance that we could win this, but at this point, no chance. So, running a little short in time. Let's see how much more we can get here. So, this is kind of unfortunate. I think you walk around the corner right as you get hacked. But the thing is, you actually know that it's coming. It's really subtle. I don't know if I would have seen this in game, but I see it in replay. So, you'll see right above you, you'll see a flash of translocate. See right there? This line right here is translocate. As soon as I see this, I immediately stop and turn around and try to kill the Sombra. Because whenever she translocates into your team like that, it's going to be an EMP. Otherwise, it's suicide. So I would have already stopped moving. But even if you didn't see that, that's fine. You play close to the corner here, you get EMP'd, I immediately back up behind the corner. Now for sure you know you're EMP'd. But you see how you keep walking forwards? That gets you killed. Because you don't need to survive so long, like literally just buying yourself another second or half a second, then you pop your cooldowns and then you live. It's not a big deal, it only cost you like 10 seconds, 15 seconds-ish, but I'm just noting that you may not have needed to die there. This is problematic. I don't think you should take this much damage. Once I'm at 300 health, half health is a good benchmark for when tanks have to play very differently. Half health is insta-kill territory for tanks, right? So for tanks, when you start approaching half health, stop staying in the open. See, right now, I'm already in cover / walking back into spawn. But you stay out here, which again demonstrates like that lack of tank instinct to know when you're actually in danger. Okay, I'm gonna hold there. So reviewing general items overall. Number one, you're playing. You need to play around your teammates, right? Like they can try to. You can see if they're gonna play around you, but if they're not, play around them. Better to do things together, even if it's better to do a suboptimal plan together than do an optimal plan but separately. Okay? Do things together with your team because you cannot single-handedly do anything yourself. You need your team with you and vice versa to be effective. That's one. Two, play forward, a lot more forwards. If you can see teammates in front of you, you are probably, and you're healthy, you're probably making a mistake. Number three, focus on playing the heroes you actually want to play. If you don't want to play Roadhog, don't play Roadhog. You do not need to play Roadhog against Doomfist. In fact, my favorite hero to play against Doomfist is actually Winston. And I have a whole video on why I prefer to do this, because I think that I'm much more effective at racing the Doomfist, like trading value with him against backlines, than I am dealing with the Doomfist directly, because Doomfist is just so strong at being disruptive and staying alive, comparatively, right? But while Winston is much better at getting consistent dive value than Doomfist is. Like Winston, uncontested when he dives in, is going to kill everyone. But Doomfist only has 2 cooldowns, and he can only shoot one person. So he can only kill one person when he dives in. Winston could theoretically kill everybody. So Winston must be dealt with on every single dive. Doomfist you can optionally ignore. So yeah, I would say that's kind of the point number 3, which is don't play heroes that you don't want to play. You don't need to play them. You can get all the way up to GM never playing a minute of Roadhog in your life, even if you play Doomfist all the time. And I will tell you that in GM, I play Doomfist all the time. I would say I face off against Doomfist like literally like a third of my games I face off against Doomfist. It happens all the time. Last item, focus on how to play your hero better, right? That is like the universal advice. Whatever hero you're on, learn how to play that hero better before you start thinking about counterpicking. There's probably a ton of value, like you can climb a ridiculous amount just learning how to play the hero you're currently on a little bit better versus trying to start over with another hero. Okay, I'm going to hold there. Hopefully this is helpful.